All right, today our viewer question is, what are your thoughts on caffeine?
Oh, my thoughts of caffeine are all good ones, actually. That molecule has been very helpful to me in my life, got me through many a night in the emergency room, many nights in the operating room as a surgical and anesthesia resident. And throughout my life, it's helped me make long drives to cities where my presence was required. And when you got to brighten up and focus, it's a very helpful molecule. And it's turned out, for everyone's concern, actually to be surprisingly benign, unless you take just huge amounts of it. But if you hold it to about 200 milligrams a day, that's what's in a couple of stiff cups of coffee or green tea. There's no serious threats to one's health. Now, those people who are prone to heart arrhythmia called atrial fibrillation might find that the caffeine may trip off their atrial fib. But if you're not wrestling with that condition, most people at that dose from the caffeine in a couple of cups of coffee or green tea don't have any adverse side effects by and large. Now, in the bell-shaped curve of people's reactions, there's going to be some people off on one end of the distribution curve who really react to caffeine, and one cup of green tea and they're all jittery and they can't sleep for 2 days and their heart's pounding. These people are extremely sensitive, and caffeine is not their molecule. But the vast majority of people don't have that kind of reaction, and they find that it helps them focus, lowers cholesterol levels. It actually helps the health of the artery walls. There seems to be relatively few adverse effects to it. And as I said, it can certainly help you for a few hours feel a lot brighter and clearer, increase memory and intellectual function. Now, many people and some of the popular literature and even some of the medical studies conflate caffeine with coffee. And so I can't, coffee or the caffeine upsets my stomach. Well, really, it's the coffee oils, that black stuff at the bottom of the cup that makes coffee. That's what often is upsetting to people rather than the caffeine molecule, but they'll blame the caffeine when really it's the coffee oils. And if you don't get along with the substance of coffee, and no one says you ever have to drink coffee, green tea has as much caffeine as coffee, and not only doesn't have those bad old coffee oils, but actually has antioxidants and epicatechins that promote tissue repair. And so if you're looking for a pick-me-up vehicle for a little dollop of caffeine in the afternoon, a cup of green tea, I'm really developing a taste for that. So by and large, I'm a caffeine fan. And again, we're talking a cup in the morning to get you started, maybe a cup in the afternoon to pick you up. But as long as it's held at that kind of dosage, it turns out to be a very benign and actually quite beneficial molecule. So on this one, chalk me up in the column of caffeine fans. So thanks for that question. I think I'll have a cup of green tea when we're through. Hi, everyone. Dr. Michael Klaper here, announcing our new format for our Q&A with Dr. K. Annie Hagen will be asking me one question that's been sent in by our viewers. So if you want to see if your question is getting answered, do join us for our Q&A with Dr. K right here. Hope to see you then.